U.S. President confirms no survivors in plane crash.
Unique spring festival of the Mong people in western Nghệ An.
Struggles for a living during Tet.
Hello everyone, you're watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Đăng. Let's get started. President Donald Trump confirmed that no one survived the plane crash in the U.S. on January 29th. Now, the rescue team is focused on recovering the victims' bodies.
To request a moment of silence.
Speaking at the White House, President Donald Trump described the aviation tragedy involving an American Airlines passenger plane and a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter as a dark and painful night. He also confirmed that no one survived this tragedy, and the efforts at the scene have now turned to recovering the victims' bodies. According to President Trump, the military helicopter carrying 3 soldiers was flying at an extremely poor angle when it collided with the passenger plane carrying 64 people. Regarding the possibility of Russian citizens being among the casualties, Trump confirmed that he has contacted Moscow about this issue and that Washington will facilitate the return of the bodies of Russian citizens to their home country.
At January 29th, Russian media reported that Ukraine carried out a large drone attack overnight, targeting key energy facilities in Russia.
Russian air defense systems destroyed a drone attempting to attack a nuclear power plant in the western Smolensk region bordering Belarus. State news agency RIA Novosti reported, citing information from the press office of the Smolensk nuclear power plant, the largest power plant in northwestern Russia, that it is currently operating normally. The Russian Ministry of Defense announced on Telegram that 104 drones participated in the raids across western Russia, with 11 being destroyed in the skies over Smolensk. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian military confirmed on January 29th that its drones attacked an oil refinery in Kstovo overnight, stating that they are still assessing the extent of the damage. Kiev stated that the Ukrainian forces' attacks inside Russia aim to destroy critical infrastructure crucial to Moscow's war efforts.
To celebrate the Lunar New Year, the Year of the Snake, the Mong people in Kherson district, Nghệ An, held a lively cultural festival with activities highlighting their traditions.
The traditional Mong flute playing competition often sees older participants. Each village sends one representative to perform distinctive melodies that celebrate spring, love, and hard work, all tied to their homeland's mountains and forests. Young men typically participate in the traditional sticky rice cake making contest, while one of the most eagerly anticipated events is the bullfighting competition, a lively cultural highlight for the men. This event is deeply rooted in the Mong people's agricultural practices, emphasizing their connection to livestock farming and production.
Coming up next are some updated news.
With pleasant, sunny weather and a refreshing chill in the air, conditions were ideal for visitors celebrating the Lunar New Year. On the second day of Tet, January 29th, at the special National Historical Site of Kim Lin in Nam Dan District, hundreds of groups from across the country came to pay their respects at the birthplace of President Ho Chi Minh. The Kim Lin historical site attracted many families who visited to offer incense and flowers in memory of the great leader and the fallen heroes of his homeland. During this time, the site also hosted a special exhibition titled The Communist Party of Vietnam, 95 Years of Glorious Milestones. According to statistics from the management board, approximately 600 groups visited the site on the second day of Tet to pay their respects.
In 2025, several important economic policies will take effect, directly impacting citizens and businesses. The National Assembly has decided to continue reducing the value-added tax, VAT, rate by 2% for certain goods and services, lowering it from 10% to 8% from January 1st to June 30th. The amended 2024 law on tax administration introduces various new provisions aimed at enhancing tax responsibility and management effectiveness. Notably, foreign suppliers will be required to register, declare, and pay taxes in Vietnam. Additionally, e-commerce platforms must withhold and remit taxes on behalf of sellers. These regulations are designed to strengthen tax management in the context of the rapidly growing e-commerce sector.
In an interview with Vietnam news agency in Sydney, commemorating the 95th anniversary of the Communist Party of Vietnam, February 3, 1930, February 3, 2025. Professor Carl Thayer from the University of New South Wales praised the leadership role of the Communist Party of Vietnam in the country's current reform efforts. According to Professor Thayer, Vietnam's streamlined state apparatus revolution will provide the country with the opportunity to develop the capacity to shift its production relations toward a greater focus on technology. He noted that Vietnam has the chance to become a reliable link in the global supply chain for high-tech products such as computer chips, solar panels, and electric vehicles. Vietnam can leverage its growing network of comprehensive strategic partners, and comprehensive partners. However, Professor Thayer emphasized that Vietnam faces many challenges in the process of streamlining its administration, maintaining the government's unified commitment to reform, and seeking foreign investment to enhance human resources for the new technological era.
This is a time for family reunions, but for many workers, it can be the hardest time of the year. Some still hustle with the street vending and rice, struggling to make a living.
Colorful cotton candies and vibrant balloons fill the streets, creating a festive Tet atmosphere. However, behind these small items lies the hard struggle for survival of street vendors. They weave through the bustling crowds, carrying hopes for a fulfilling Tet for their families.
It's been less cold and rainy lately. This year is nothing like previous ones. I start at 5 a.m. and already spent 50,000 VND on gas. But I've only made 40,000 VND so far.
After many years as a motorbike taxi driver, Mr. Kin is used to working through Tet without any rest. However, this year, with the economy struggling and fewer customers, his income is unstable, making it even harder for him to provide for his family.
It's been less cold and rainy lately. This year is nothing like previous ones. I start at 5 a.m. and already spent 50,000 VND on gas. But I've only made 40,000 VND so far.
When asked about their hopes for the new year, they all shared a common wish: to find more work so that they can earn more, stay motivated, and have enough money to cover their living expenses, making each spring feel more complete.
This is the end of the show today. Thank you for watching.